You're listening to the ResiDENTAL Movement, where the focus is on making in-home dental care normal instead of novel or niche. I'm your host, Dr. Ashley Robinson, a house call dentist with a lot of passion for reaching patients who are best served in their home or residence. I'm here to encourage, equip, and empower dentists like you to begin offering in-home dental services for patients who cannot get to the office, while also enjoying a more balanced work life. We discuss everything from dentistry, business, ethics, mindset, and more. Listen in to learn how you can become a part of the ResiDENTAL Movement.
Hello there. Thank you for tuning in today. This is such a special and busy time of year, so I'm really grateful that you're sharing your time with me now. Last week, I shared a year-end reflection with you that could help you evaluate the performance of your dental house call practice and help you set some goals for the new year. Well, this week, I want to share some results of my personal reflection about the ResiDENTAL Movement with you. Spoiler alert, I did reach my 2023 goals. But more importantly, my reflection helped me set goals for this community in the coming year, and I want you to hear all about it from me. The ResiDENTAL Movement began in 2022, but 2023 was the year that I set actual goals for it. For 2023, I committed to being more consistent with creating podcast episodes than I had been in the prior year. As you may already know, or will soon find out, running your own house call practice is time-consuming. Anything worthwhile is time-consuming, really. This year was full of time-consuming milestones. I'm not complaining. I mean, my husband and I got married. We went on our honeymoon. I left my part-time job to become fully self-employed. I traveled to many conferences. I was inducted to the American College of Dentists. We moved into our new home. Our dog needed emergency surgery. We lost my grandmother. And then I turned 30. I mean, some of these milestones were great. Others were tragic. And either way, they were just time-consuming. There was a lot going on. But even without a ton of major milestones, life gets busy. There's always laundry to be done or dishes to do, and just so much that competes for our time and attention. It's always easier to not be consistent with anything. Still, it's important that we prioritize the things that matter to us, and this podcast matters to me. I really do care to help create a world in which dental house calls are completely normal, unremarkable, and widely available to the people who need them. I'm not a powerful corporation, a politician, or an independently wealthy person, but I do have some experience and knowledge to share with you through podcasting. So hopefully this show inspires dentists like you to offer house calls. That's why I'm here. It was easy for me to say that I wanted to be more consistent in 2023, but I know myself. I needed actual accountability. I also needed a ton of time-saving help. This is why I began working with Social Chameleon, my podcast production agency. Not only do they hold me accountable with timing, they also save me a bunch of time and offer higher quality material than what I was able to offer you on my own. Social Chameleon edits my recordings, they post the show notes with the links on the website after every episode, and they're a huge contributor to the delivery of this show. I'm very grateful to them. With their help, I was able to reach my goal of consistent weekly content. Teamwork makes the dream work, right? I know that I already said this at the beginning, but thank you again for tuning in week after week. Your consistency encourages mine. My next goal of 2023 was to create the product that I would have loved to have years ago when I was starting Acama Dental, my house call practice. When I started my practice, I would have loved to have someone or something that could walk me through building my practice step by step. At the time, there was no free information online. There was one very expensive book that didn't contain everything I needed to know. And then there was very expensive consulting that I just wasn't able to swing at the time. I just dove into practice ownership and learned on the fly. I spent a lot of time reading and a lot of money on legal or accounting advice. I also made some costly mistakes and learned from my experience. But over time, I finally learned everything that I wish I'd known at the beginning. And that's when I created Dental House Call Practice Academy. It's for any other aspiring house call dentist. Dental House Call Practice Academy, or DHCPA, is an online course that takes you step by step through building your dental house call practice. It covers everything from basic business decisions, purchasing decisions, to best practices, and more. So in 2023, the course was created and the first cohort of dentists got to benefit from it. Now, online course creation was a new journey and skill set for me. I'm proud that I did it, but I'm excited to improve upon the course with the feedback I have from the first cohort of students. I know I've got to keep learning and improving if I want to offer you guys quality learning material, so that's what I'm doing. DHCPA enrollment is going to open again soon, so if you want to be the first one to know when enrollment opens, join the waitlist at residentalmovement.com/DHCPA. So all in all, in 2023, I accomplished my goals of being consistent with publishing and with creating the roadmap that I wish I had. I didn't do it alone, and I didn't do it perfectly, but I did it. In many cases, done is better than perfect. Accomplishing things, even imperfectly, creates momentum. I want to use this momentum to help the residential movement reach new heights in 2024. My first goal for 2024 is to be able to grow this audience. I've never focused much on growth, just showing up for the audience that I have. If you're listening to this episode when it first airs, you're a part of the small but mighty group of dentists who know anything about house call dentistry. I bet when you talk to people about this concept with friends and family, they're still like, what? You want to visit people's homes? You want to start your own business doing this? They've never heard of dental house call practices, and they may think you're crazy for even thinking about it. Your dentist friends are probably shocked when you share this show with them too. Thanks for doing that, by the way. But you know that the world doesn't know enough about this field yet. The need for in-home dental services hasn't been widely discussed, and there hasn't been a perfect solution proposed. But we have a solution, and I want to make sure that more people know about that. I mentioned how Social Chameleon helps with the podcast, but I should also mention that Mike from Social Chameleon is the person who actually taught me how to post reels on Instagram with captions. Yes, I had to be taught. Like, he showed me the actual buttons to press and everything. If you're an avid social media user, you probably think I sound like an old fart who is way behind on the times. And you'd be right, I am, mostly by choice. I'm not glued to my phone. I don't typically share a ton on social media because I forget to document important moments because I'm actually living them at the time. Plus, I'm never the first one to adopt a new trend or platform online because I've just never really seen the value. But in 2024, you're going to see me show up on social media much more regularly. This will be a huge leap for me, but I think I'm beginning to see the value. Showing up on social media more frequently will help this little show grow. Dentists need to offer care to people in their homes. They need to know about the need. They need to know how to begin. They need to be encouraged and supported. So I'm nervous to put myself out there, but I'm committed to spreading the word about dental house calls. When you see me online more and more in the new year, don't say I didn't warn you. Beyond the growth of the podcast, in 2024, I also want to grow the community, our ResiDENTAL Movement official membership. Just last night, official members and I got together for our monthly live virtual meeting. These people are awesome. I love learning from them. Sure, I answer questions, but they teach me so much too. Last night, we discussed different regulations in different states. Learning and growth happens best in community. Being around like-minded people helps inspire us to keep building our practices and serving our patients. Plus, friendships can be made. I mean, 2 of the members who connected in the official membership made plans to meet at a conference in January. This stuff is powerful. Relationships are more valuable than anything. They're what make life worth living. So I want to make sure that more house call dentists are able to connect and grow in the official membership in 2024. Aside from monthly get-togethers, the official membership offers discounts on other products and a private community off of social media. This is where you can safely post questions, concerns, wins, or whatever else that you might want to ask other house call dentists that you don't want to publicly share. If you're not already an official member, use promo code 2024 before the end of January 2024 on an annual membership and you'll receive a 50% discount. Well, that's it, folks. 2 major goals were met in 2023, and I have 2 major goals to reach in 2024. Now, I shared this with you for 2 reasons. 1, when I declare my goals, I'm much more likely to attain them. Accountability is huge for me because the truth is, nobody is making me do any of this. I don't have a boss that's going to yell at me if I don't post a podcast this week or something, but I feel accountable to you. You're the one who listens each week, and you're the one who's choosing to serve patients in their homes. You're the one I want to be accountable to, so that's why you're hearing these goals from me. The second reason I'm sharing my plan for 2024 with you is because I love hearing your feedback. If you have an additional request for me in the new year, please reach out to me and let me know. If you have suggestions, concerns, questions, know that I really care to hear from you. I can readjust priorities or add goals based on what you need from me. So please always feel free to email me at hello@residentalmovement.com. Now, before I bow out for the rest of the year, I want to remind you that if you're interested in supporting those in need of in-home dental care, please consider contributing to the Home Smile Care Foundation at homesmilecarefoundation.org. I hope this time of year has been exciting for you. If it hasn't been, I hope you're feeling hopeful about the new year and all that is to come. Thank you again for listening to this episode of the ResiDENTAL Movement. I really, really appreciate you. See you in 2024.
That's a wrap on this episode of the ResiDENTAL Movement. If you like what you heard today, please leave a 5-star review and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. If you know someone who could benefit from this information, please share this with them. All of these actions help fuel the ResiDENTAL Movement. Visit ResiDENTALmovement.com for show notes and for access to any links referenced in this episode. Thanks again for listening, Doc. Keep up the good work.